that can sabotage people's business, health, and body wealth. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. I get so many questions about how can I tell? How do I know? Where am I really in the habits that are either helping or hurting me? And it seems like a lot of, at least the clients that I have worked with, wanted to have some form or way to be able to gauge and to tell, and also to have some of the solutions and tips and strategies that would begin them on this path of building that body wealth that they really want and need. So, yes, I created a self assessment for anyone who wants to gauge where they are now, look at what steps can take them to that next level, and give them an opportunity to grow right now and take those strategies and use them immediately. So that's
And
what I
where
made it.
would they find this, Tracey?
Yes, they can go to my website, www.newpointofu, and you is spelled YOU, newpointofu.com.
Fabulous, fabulous. And how would you want people to get in touch with you?
They can go ahead and email me at Tracey
And that's
Tracey
Tracey.
CEY. Correct. Thank you. Thank you, Gail.
No,
Yes, I keep forgetting that it's
my daughter's name is Tracy without the E, so that's the reason I said that. So,
right. No,
yeah.
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Thank you for clarifying. Tracey at TraceyThompson.coach.
Oh, that's interesting. So Tracy, Tracy, at Tracy Thompson, THOMPSON. Correct?
Correct. Yes.
Ah, that's great. So let me ask you now. Now you were a single mom, is that correct?
I still am. Yes.
And so how old was your child or children when you first contracted cancer?
Oh my, that was fun. My daughter, I have a daughter. She was 13. She was just entering into teen years during the time that I was diagnosed, and I was going through menopause at the same time. So yay, that was fun. Um, when the cosmos, when the universe wants to crack us open and give us huge opportunities to step into our full power, sometimes it looks like menopause, cancer, and a 13-year-old.
Well, how did she take all of this? I mean, that not only was she entering her teenage years, I mean, the fact that her mom had cancer was she had to be very traumatizing, especially since there was not a father in the picture.
Right. Yes. No, it's been she and I together, just the two of us since she was born. And she was worried. She was concerned because you're right. I was her sole provider and caregiver. And she was worried, but yet she watched me. She watched me model what true self-empowered healing looked like. And that was super important for me. I really wanted to show her that you don't necessarily have to take the traditional path. It wasn't appropriate for me. So I chose something different, but I wanted to model for her that whatever choice she makes, that she does it from a place of empowerment. She takes her own health into her own hands and makes her choices for herself from that place. So that was super important. And she believed in me, which was, I guess, evidence that up until that point, my parenting hadn't been a total mess. So
That's amazing. So you've raised her by yourself all of your life.
yes, yes.
Wow, that in itself, though, Tracy, is a championship right there. I mean, it's not easy, and to think about making sure she's on the right path and that she makes the right choices and that she, has a goal in her life and all of those things. That's as important as being a successful businesswoman. And that's what I think our listeners need to understand. I mean, here Tracy has raised this child from the beginning by herself. She's built a business. She first was in the corporate world, left that, went into her own business, then also ended up with cancer and having to deal with that. And were you able to continue working while you were dealing with your cancer and treating it?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, here's the interesting thing, Gail. Um, because it was personally, for me, the right choice, the self-empowered choice to not do traditional therapies. So I didn't do the radiation and the chemotherapy that was suggested by my oncologist. I walked away from that, which was, by the way, very unpopular. That was not a popular choice. So I then didn't have the support of my family either, that was interesting. But for me, it was the right choice for where I knew I needed to stay in terms of my power. And because I made that choice, I dove headfirst into immersion of self-care and health and building my immune system back up to full capacity. And so I was able to work. I was not only able to work, I felt better than I had in maybe my whole life because I finally shifted all of my priorities to this new model of body wealth first. That has to come first. And so because of that, I had more energy. I had more vitality. I felt better. I never got sick. I mean, in the tradition, like no flu, no, I haven't had a cold since I was diagnosed with cancer. Strange, right?
How long ago was this, Tracy?
That was over 3 years ago. 3 years in October.
Well,
Over
I
three
have to
years.
really congratulate you. I have to tell you that I did go the traditional route, and I
Mm-hmm,
did have chemo. I had
mm-hmm,
radiation twice, although the second time it was two times a day, so I consider it three times. And
mm-hmm.
but I never did get sick, and I worked through it all. In fact, I did a full day seminar with bandages wrapped around my chest. I do look like a little blueprint. My chest is like a little blueprint because it's I've had so many surgeries, but
Mm,
regardless, I think it's exactly what you're saying. It's mindset and it's
yes,
immersion and it's attitude and it's
yes.
looking to the future. And I had, of course, I had children, but I had a husband also. And to me, I had too much to do. This was not going to happen to me. I had too much to do.
Mm,
And
mm-hmm.
with you, I mean, you had a child that was dependent on you. So I think it's
Yes.
fantastic. And I'm also very blessed that I don't think, well, I did get one something. I did get one cold in, I think, 30 years, something like that, 40 years. I did have something. But I will tell you, it's just amazing with the right sense of purpose what you can do. So I just congratulate you so much. So I want to give everything again. You have a self assessment tool that
Yes.
people can find on your website, which is www.newpointofu, that's spelled FYOU.com. If people want to get a hold of you, they can do that at Tracey, that's TRACEY, at Tracey Thompson, THOMPSON dot coach. Is that correct?
That is correct, Gail.
Okay. Now we have about just about 2 minutes left. What would you
Yes.
like to tell our audience that we haven't talked about as yet?
Well, if you don't mind, I could share a quick tip on something they could do right now that will help build their body wealth.
That would be wonderful.
Awesome. Okay, well, these are small but powerful shifts, and I advocate for replacing one not so healthy habit with a more healthy habit rather than launching a whole like massive new intimidating practice that people just don't end up doing, right? So one of the examples that a small powerful shift is for the people that, for example, that really, God, I can't let go of my coffee, Tracy. You can't take that away from me, right? Um, my suggestion is to replace your morning coffee or coffee whenever you drink it with shaga tea. Shaga mushroom is one of the most amazing, healing, powerful, um, medicinal mushrooms out there. And I know it sounds really weird and kind of gross, but it actually is very, very tasty. It looks and tastes very similar to coffee. And that's one of my sort of little hidden secrets that chaga tea has the same effect with a healthy benefit. There's no caffeine in it, but it raises your immune system and opens clarity. Your mental clarity will go through the roof. So that's a little tip.
Well, that's
And then,
great. We don't have time for another one,
no,
unfortunately.
okay. Well, if you want more, contact me. I have lots of them.
Fantastic. Well, I have to tell you, I've never tasted coffee. I've never had coffee in my life. So that's kind of an interesting observation. But anyway, thanks so much, Tracey, for being with us today. I know our audience benefited so much from it. And I so appreciate your participation with us today.
Oh, thank you so much, Gail. I am so blessed and I appreciate your giving me this opportunity.